Aquaba guys, welcome to yet again another Cooking with the Sase Mama. Today we're going to have another cooking episode by the lovely Tamika once again. So I will step out the way and let her explain what she's going to be creating.
Don't step out the way. I'm just joking. So hello guys. I just want to show people that there's more to life than the food that you've been typically eating. I like to explore other cultures, put my own personal twist on it, and that's what I'm looking to do today. So today I would like to make 3 items. One, a quick pickle. Most cultures, they like to eat like a pickle with their food. The Koreans absolutely do it, and so I'm going to take a page from their book to spice up some Korean pickle. The second thing I'm going to make would be more of a baked fish or oven broiled fish. It's kind of Caribbean style, but it's pretty much what I like. I just throw it together, put it on there, and make a fish curry, and that's what we'll get there. And then the last thing is another Korean dish named bibimbap. B-I-B-I-M-B-A-P. So hopefully you'll like it. It is a little different, so everyone's taste may vary, but I like it, so hopefully you will too.
I'm sure we will.
Here we're making the Korean pickle. This is just a quick pickle. To be honest with you, quick pickle is just putting the vinegar, the water, and the seasonings together inside of what you're trying to pickle. Quick pickle can also be boiled, the liquid, and then poured on top of the vegetable. That would be considered the quick pickle, but it's always best to ferment your pickle for a better taste. So right now I'm going to take my, I like little cucumbers. 1, because there isn't a lot of water in these little cucumbers. 2, they're bite-sized. I like them. I feel like they're a little extra crunchy too. Alright, so we're going to take all of these wonderful cucumbers out, and I'm going to slice them. Now here is the finished product. Just cut up cucumbers. Now we're going to go and utilize green onions. I'm doing green onions, regular onion, I'm doing garlic, and I'm doing ginger. Why am I doing 2 different onions? Give you 2 different flavor profiles, and again, we want this to taste more of an Asian flavor, so that's what I'm doing. Now, I have my trusty, wonderful grater. Instead of slicing, dicing, I utilize the grater, and I like some of the white part, so I will grate. Now you put the desired amount that you want in.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah. For me, put the equivalent of maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon, depending on how strong of an onion flavor that you like. So I did the white part. Now I'm going to do the part that is a little darker green. And don't worry, it's not falling down because it's just not a lot. It's all getting up here. So you want to do, again, about 1 teaspoon per preference, or tablespoon, because I'm putting in a white onion. So now I'm going to go and move on to cutting the onion. So basically, I just want to cut this onion in half. I don't plan on using the whole onion. I don't even plan on using half of the onion, but a portion of the onion. So I'll take this half. I'll keep the ends in place just to keep it together, and I'll use the grater. I'll put the grater on. So here is ginger. It's best to peel ginger with the spoon. You use the spoon and you scrape it back. That is the most efficient way to preserve the ginger, not waste it. But hey, cut it, whatever you need to do, whatever works for you. But this is the most efficient way to do it. See? I wear gloves because one, I'm a little paranoid with food preparation sometimes, especially for something that I'm not applying heat to. So, pardon, and my nails look ugly, so pardon the gloves. Okay, I have peeled that to my satisfaction, and now I'm going to grate. Okay, so now I have a bottle of something with Korean labeled, and basically, as you can see underneath, it just says apple vinegar. So usually I use like an apple cider vinegar, but I decided to go with the apple vinegar. I have not personally tasted this, so you guys will be new to this as well as me, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. So I'm gonna pour this in here. I'm gonna pour enough to kind of halfway coat it, and then I need some water. Right, so as you can see where it is, I'm gonna put the water up to about that much. Okay. So I'm going to take this spoon and I'm going to mix it. All right, so this is just plain, as you can see, but you can see the garlic and the onions and the ginger mixing around in there. I want to take a quick taste just to see how hard it is so I can adjust it, and I'll tell you how. So what we want to do, we want to start adding our other ingredients. You always want to add salt to a pickle. This is kosher salt. Okay. We can adjust the taste after everything is added. Now, this is really Korean. This is called gochujang. Gochujang, and this is basically fermented Korean chili pepper paste. So good. If you ever had Korean food, Korean fried chicken with the sauce on it. If you ever had, I'm just thinking of other dishes, like one that we're going to cook, bibimbap. So good. So, like any paste, you just need a little. A little goes a long way. We're going to try, based on the amount of pickles we have, we'll try this amount. And if that doesn't work, we can add more. Okay, so we have the pickle at the desired taste with the gochujang, how they say. So now I'm going to add, it's called gochugaru. Gochugaru, basically Korean chili flakes. Excuse me. So the level of spice on this is basically mild. It is a little spicy. I would compare it to red seeded pepper. So it'll give you a little kick, but not kick your butt.
Yeah.
All right. So, and it brightens the dish with the redness. So I like to put just a little bit more, maybe roughly 2 teaspoons. All right. Don't need a whole lot. All right. Mix that around. I'm gonna taste it. See if I like the taste. If I need more, I'll get more. If not, I'll keep doing it. Look at these more. So I'll put a little bit more in there. You set your own preference for how much you want in there. Okay. Now, the last thing we want to add, well, the last 2 things we want to add. We want to add sugar. So,
I'm ready to ask you about that.
yeah. So the purpose of adding sugar is to control the tartness. So I personally like things super, super tart. Some people, if you ever go to like an Asian restaurant, no matter like what type of Asian they are. Vietnamese, Korean, Chinese. They typically like the sweeter pickle. I know Koreans love to put sugar in all their food, as you can see, and as you will see with the next dish. So I'm gonna put about 2 pinches of sugar. I don't personally need a lot. I like my pickle very tart. And sesame oil. If you want to give it that true Asian flavor, you just need a drizzle. That's it. Not a whole lot. Sesame oil is very strong. So a little goes a long way with that. And so basically you just need to stir it and taste it. Look inside here, pan it. That is your Korean pickle. Now mind you, it's good like this. It's good to go right now. However, it's better if you allow it to ferment. You can let it ferment in room temperature or in the refrigerator safely. Put it in the refrigerator. We're back, and now it's time to do the fish, which is really exciting. So as you can see, I have a piece of tilapia fish. Now let me tell you, you check for freshness in the fish by looking at the eyes. If the eyes are clear, not opaque or cloudy, that means you got a really fresh and good piece of fish. What we're going to do in preparation for the fish is we're going to scale it. Now, score it, meaning cut slits in the side. We do that to allow flavor to permeate into the meat, and we also do that to allow for even cooking. Now, head on or head off. This is a little piece of fish, so head on, even if it's a bigger piece of fish, head on for me. I am not bothered by the fish. I don't play with the mouth of the fish. I just like the head on. I think it holds the fish together when you're frying it, baking it, grilling it, broiling it, whatever you want to do. So let's start to score it. We're going to score it on each side. We're going to cut slits along the side. I'm going to put 3 slits. Ready? This one. That's 2. That's 3. You can do more if you like. You can do 1 down there. I'm not. This is good enough for me. I'm gonna flip this over. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're preheating the oven to broil. It is 500 degrees. It is hot, like lava in here, okay? So you want to clean the fish. So I'm gonna put it in there. I'm also going to use the knife to cut the fish. The knife that I used to cut the fish, I'm going to cut the lime juice. The limes, pardon me. And I'm just going to squeeze. Don't worry, you'll see. Now, you don't want it to be straight lime juice because lime juice actually cooks fish. Anything that denatures the protein is considered cooking. And that's pretty much what they do for like ceviche, which I love. So I put 1, I might do another line. You want to semi-submerge this in water. You want to flip it around. The goal is to clean it. We're going to set this fish to the side and we're going to get started. I'm putting on my gloves. Let's talk about this concoction here. So this is a pestle and mortar. The Asian culture still utilizes this in their cooking. You don't need a food processor or a blender as long as you have a mortar and pestle. And a lot of times this is like really good because it gets the juice out of the garlic, the juice out of the herb that you're using. It is absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do, I have powdered white pepper, but typically you want to use white peppercorns because smoky, pungent, it gives you a really good taste to your food. We're going to use garlic. I'll show you how. And salt to assist with making the paste that we're looking to make. I'm going to do a lot of garlic. I'm a garlic girl. This is my life. This is what I do. So I'm gonna use about 3 cloves. Again, you can adjust that to whatever way you want. Okay. For the garlic, I like to cut the ends off. Now, depending on what I want to do with the garlic is how I prepare it. So as you saw that I did, I grated the garlic, which again help with presentation. You don't want those bulky, chunky pieces. So, but in this case, you do. Now I could just smash the garlic, and that will release the oil. But this is so much better, especially since we're trying to make a paste. That's what I want. I want a paste so that we can rub this on the fish and set the fish up for a good life and for us to eat. In this case here, let me get a goodie. Now, parsley has a P shape for parsley and cilantro has a C shape for cilantro. So in this case, if you can look, you see the tips are rounded, resembling a C. So this is cilantro. Now, what I don't have is cilantro root. It actually looks like a root, like you pulled it from the soil. Most Asian markets you go into, they sell it that way. That is the preferred way. It is the most flavorful in the root. I'm telling you, this is good, but that's better, right? So, for our purposes, I'm going to cut off some of the root. Put that in there. Maybe put a little bit more. Again, this is not the true root. This is just the stem. And then I'm going to take some of this parsley and I'm going to put it in there. Alright, I'm going to put some salt. And I wanted to add some green onion, so we're going to cut up a few pieces of green onion. Put that in there. And we're going to put some red pepper flakes because I wanted red chilies, but I forgot to get it. I'm going to put that in there. And we're going to put the pepper in there. Again, if you can get your hands on some whole white peppercorns, great. If not, maybe do it again. Now, adding the ground spices like the pepper and the salt will help to break down the garlic and the parsley, which is why we are doing it this way. We can add the rest of the ingredients later. So when you're doing in here, you don't have to go crazy, but you can gently chop it in one direction downward. It'll move around, so you have to beat it. Just beat it. Was that cheesy? So now that we're done beating the cilantro, the garlic, you know what? I should have added ginger. I need to add ginger in this. That's fine. I can add it. We'll grate the ginger in. No worries. I'm not gonna go through that again. Beating it. Alright. It's just a paste. What we're doing here. And I'm gonna take some of the ginger. Alright. Ginger's really good on fish. You don't need a whole lot. Remember, you're only using 3 cloves of garlic. So you don't want your ginger to overpower your garlic. Alright, so we're going to add some oil. It could be olive oil, canola oil. Preferably an oil that has a high smoke point considering we're broiling this. But it's okay. Alright, I'm going to take my fork and I can use a little bit more oil. Not too much. It's supposed to be kind of hasty, but the fish does have to have some kind of oil in it so it'll cook. Alright. And you just want to taste. What we want to do is we want to take this and just marinate the fish with it, okay? It doesn't have to sit, but if you allow it to sit, the marinade will permeate through. Put that all over. Open up the cavity. Stuff all that goodness in there. Turn it around. Turn it around. Sink it up there. Alright. Make sure you are stuffing the crevices of the fish. That's why we score it, because we want all that goodness in there. Alright, so the cavity looks good. So we're going to take some time, not real time, but that time. We're just gonna, it's a little, not too much because time is pretty strong, but we're gonna just go ahead and stuff the cavity of the fish with thyme, and we're gonna put some green onion pieces in there too. If you have red bell pepper, whatever you want to put in there, you can. But for me, put some thyme. You can cut up some onion and put that in there. I might do that. Just cut up a few pieces of onion. Can't really go wrong, right? So just put that in there. Whatever. Mix that around. Now, what I'm using is a grill pan for the oven. This is awesome. If you don't have one, if your stove didn't come with one, please get you one. It's going to grill this fish so nicely. Alright, so after 7 minutes, I am kindly pulling this out. You want to be careful because this grill pan, let me tell you, it'll burn. If you hold high heat, it's burning this right here. It's not appropriate for that. Alright, so looks good. Looks cooked on this side. So we're going to flip it. Alright, there we go. Okay. It's kind of ugly, but we make it do what it do, right? Again, this grill pan at a high heat point. It's very, very hot. I'm gonna make sure if not. And we'll put it in for another 7 minutes.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna make the bibimbap. Bibimbap is basically just an array of vegetables cooked and placed over rice with some beef. And so we're just gonna prep and get started. So first, I'm gonna make the sauce. Okay, so with bibimbap, there's a base sauce and then there's another sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting up the vegetables. I will show you basically with this sauce. I didn't have crushed toasted sesame seeds, but it would have been awesome if it was in there. But pretty much I added mirin, soy sauce, sesame oil, garlic, and ginger. And now what I'm going to do is cut up the carrots, but I want to show you something real quick about it. This is what's called a julienne peeler. And so what it does is when you go to peel it, it will come out in these strips that you like. And so instead of wasting time cutting up vegetables this way, you can julienne your desired amount. I'm making a mess. And go from there. Okay, so now we're going to start making the vegetables. So now we're going to do the carrots that I've done julienne the carrots to the desired amount. We're going to heat up the pan. Take a little oil to coat the pan. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to coat the pan and get it hot. It's probably too much oil for this. And so we want to cook things one by one. So let's start with the carrots. Now what we'll do is we'll put the carrots in here. As you hear them sizzle. Just stir it around a little. And then once it gets to a certain desired consistency, we're gonna add some of the sauce that I made for it, the base sauce. So we're making 2 different kinds of sauces. And we're basically gonna saute all of the vegetables. So here goes some sauce. Just gonna put a little bit of that sauce in there. Don't need a whole lot. So, I'm a little messy, no worries. So, I sauteed all the vegetables. So, we got carrots, spinach, snow peas, and gnocchi mushrooms, which actually they're pretty good, and mushrooms, and they all been sauteed in that sauce, so that's pretty good. So, now what we're doing is we are looking to fry the beef, add a little bit of the sauce in the beef. And then we'll put a little sugar in the beef because Asians like to put sugar in their meats. What I did just to save time filming, in addition to the vegetables, I also fried some beef, put a little sugar in it, also put the other mixture in it as well. Plated everything. I know this is not the best looking plate. It's supposed to look very neat and arrayed around the plate, but for time's sake, I just threw it on the plate. So basically you got the vegetables, the mushrooms, the spinach, the snow peppers, the rice, and the beef. And then I made some gochujang sauce, which I took gochujang, mirin, and sesame oil, and mixed it together and poured that sauce on top. And so there you have it. It looks ugly, guys, but I'm telling you, it's really good.